Hello, this is Mr. Painter with another fabulous Quizzette tutorial. Today we're going on Quizzette 843, Scientific Notation. All right, our first step is to go ahead and please put your name on your paper. My name is Mr. Painter. I will be your host today. And in order for you to get credit, please put your name and not my name, because getting my name on the paper is not going to get you credit. And if you would, from the whiteboard, go ahead and write down today's date and your class color. Give you about 10 seconds to go ahead and finish that up. Then we'll move on to our notes for Monday. All right, looks like we're ready to go. All right, Monday, how do you write 40,000 in scientific notation? Well, that's not too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 40,000. So we got 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 zeros, which gives us 40,000. And scientific notation says that we want only one number to the left of the decimal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the decimal, move it over 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. So what happens is we have 4 times 10. And because we moved it 1, 2, 3, 4 times to the fourth power. So yes, it was that easy. So 4 times 10 to the fourth power will be our first answer for 1A. Now look at 1B. 1B is the exact opposite. How do you take, or how do you write 9.1 times 10 to the second power in standard form? All right, so now we're going to standard form. So what we do here is we're going to take 9.1 and write it down. Now notice we have to the second power, which means the decimal is going to move over 1 time and 2 times, which leaves the decimal right here. Now notice we got a little loop that is left from moving the decimal over, so we're going to add a 0 here. So what we have here is 910 because the decimal is at the end. So what I can do is just write 910, and that's going to be in standard form. And what's the key here? Move the decimal over, right, 2 times. All right, here we go. Number 2, choose the correct answer. All right, our first step is to go ahead and copy it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy it down, but I'm going to put some things in color coordination so you know where things are coming from. So what we're going to have is we got 2.8 times 10 to the third power plus, open the parenthesis again, we have 4.3 times 10 to the third power. Close the parenthesis. All right, so that first step, all we did was copy down the problem. So nothing sophisticated. So if you're wondering, where should I start? What should I do? The first step is, do copy down the problem. All right, so our next step is, because we're adding, we're going to go ahead and take 2.8 and add it to 4.3. So this is the part that's going to be nice. So 2.8 added to 4.3. And if you're happy with my 8, I could loop it a little bit more. There we go. Now it becomes a beautiful 8 there. Close the parenthesis, times. Now notice our exponent with 10 to the 3 are the same. So we have 10 to the 3, 10 to the 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it as 10 to the 3 only one time. So as you might have guessed, all we need to do is do 2.8 plus 4.3 and put 10 times to the third power at the end. And we're just going to be great. So what's going to happen is 2.8 plus 4.3 is going to give us 7.1 times 10 to the third power. And that's really about it. That's it. So that is adding in scientific notation. Give you a little time to look at that, copy it down as needed. And as you can imagine, subtraction is going to be nearly the same thing. But instead of adding, we're going to subtract. All right, let's give number 3 a try. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract and choose the correct answer. Now, number 2, my fault, but the right answer is, in this case, the bottom right corner. So I would call that like D, right? All right. Let's go ahead and start with this one. So we're going to subtract. So first step is I'm going to just go ahead and copy down the problem. So I'm going to go 9.736 times 10 to the third power, subtract 3.931. Let's see, times 10 to the third power, times 10 to the third power. All right. So what I could do here is I'm going to change this part into a different color so you can see it better, because I want to see where it comes from. So this is going to be in blue. And again, I'll just copy down the problem. So 3.931. All right. So next step is we're going to go ahead and subtract it in its own parentheses. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 9.736, subtract 3.931, close the parenthesis, times 10 to the third power only one time. All right. Next step is when we subtract 9.736 minus 3.931, that's going to give us 5.805, and put the 10 to the third power back on, times 10 to the third power. And that is what we are looking for. If I take a look at my answers, I got like A, B, C, and D. The answer in this case is going to be, once again, D. So pretty lucky we get D 2 times in a row, but it does work out that way, and that's the way it goes. All right, number 4. What we're going to do is multiply, write your answer in scientific notation. So I want to make some notations here. Let's go ahead and make 2 in red and 4 in blue, and see how this stuff comes out. So we'll even do the exponents. We'll do 3 as an orange, and we'll do 4 in green. So what this looks like here is we're going to multiply in its own set of parentheses. So what we got is 2 multiply the 4, close parenthesis, still multiplying, times 10 to the third power added to, still in exponential form, to the fourth power. Now, if you get past that step, you're set, because that's just setting it up. And here we go. We got 2 times 4, which gives us 8 times 10. 3 plus 4 is to the 7th power. And to me, that looks like in scientific notation, so that's what we're looking for. And whenever I circle an answer, that means my final answer. So if, like, I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, final answer, right? All right. Last one, number 5, dividing. All right, so we're going to slide it over a little bit and get me out of the way. Here we go. I'm going to be up here. All right, number 5. Same thing. Let's break this up. So we got 8 here. 4. We got a 4 again, and a 2 there. All right. So thinking about our next step, let's go ahead and set it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do parentheses with a fraction. 8 divide 4. So we are going to divide numbers like we did multiply, but instead of multiplying, we're going to divide. So we're going to do 8 divide 4 there, times 10 to the 4th power. Now try to think right now. What do you think we're going to do with the exponents? We got an exponent of a 4 and a 2. Kind of look at the hint for number 4. Think. Now we're dividing. You got it. You said subtraction. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and subtract it. So we got 4 minus 2. Pretty nice. All right. So here we go. 8 divided 4 gives us 2 times 10. And 4 minus 2 is, you guessed it, 2. And that is also in scientific notation. All right, this does wrap up the Quizette for 8:43. If you need additional time, feel free to pause, rewind, or go to any section of this video that help you out. And besides that, have an amazing day.